1 and a bit laps to go then. Last opportunity, you fancy, for Alvaro Bautista to strike on Toprak. Razgatlioglu, and Toprak's got a really good advantage coming through the hook and into the final turn, but Bautista's advantage now in terms of top-end strength is going to pay. Bautista comes alongside. Razgatlioglu deeper on the brakes. Can he get it stopped? If he gets it stopped, he will hold on for the lead. Bautista's got the better line through turn 1. We cut away. Bautista couldn't quite get there, and Razgatlioglu holds on.
Ducati are going to start to feel a bit nervous now at this stage. Bautista's best chance is going to come into turn 6, but he's not been close enough at any stage in the 21 laps to try and attack into 6, but he is right there with Toprak through the left-hander now.
Final lap and opportunities are ticking away. Turn 6 is an opportunity. Turn 9, the hook, is an opportunity. They're the ones we talked about at the top of the programme, but the biggest opportunity, the Amor turn 1, has already been lost for Bautista. Is there a way through under braking anywhere else? Toprak's got it stopped for the Parabolica Interior. One opportunity still to come, and it's going to take a big lunge into turn 9 if Alvaro Bautista is to find his way through.
Yeah, and Bautista, his strength isn't the brakes, Toprak's is, and Toprak just needs to hit all of his markers.
What about the slipstream coming off the final turn? That's something we haven't considered.
We haven't seen it too often where it's been a factor in the superbike races here in Estoril, but if Toprak doesn't quite have the perfect exit on 16, it could open the door for Bautista. We also know Bautista's obviously got that size and speed and weight advantage that can make the difference, but a little bit of a slide there for Bautista, that could be the difference.
Bautista all over the back of Razgatlioglu as they came through turn 9, but there's no way through for him there. Toprak is too strong on the brakes, so now it's about top-end power. We look down at the final turn from our commentary position. It's a race to the line. Razgatlioglu with an awful lot of lift. Bautista is through! Alvaro Bautista wins it in the run down to the line. An outstanding performance in race 1 of the Estoril round. Razgatlioglu's wait for a first victory in 2022 will continue, and Alvaro Bautista increases his stranglehold on this 2022 title race. Bautista wins it. Razgatlioglu second by 1/10 of a second. Into the final lap then, just over 4 kilometres to go. Razgatlioglu with a new personal best, Ray with a new fastest lap of the race, but still 7/10 of a second between them. Doesn't look like there's going to be too much change up front. Bautista now 5 seconds back from Toprak, but 2 seconds clear of Lecco, who's gradually dropped back. Andrea Locatelli matching Lecco in the end last time around, has lost a little bit of ground on that previous lap in the latter stages, so Locatelli may well now be restricted to 5th position. See if Alex Lowes can come back at him later.
Yeah, you can see there Jonathan Rea, new fastest lap last time around. It was only a few hundredths of a second faster than Toprak, so he's still got 7/10 of a second to make up, so he needs to rely on a mistake for Toprak at this stage. 7/10 is a big margin with half a lap to go for Toprak.
Forrest still close to Rinaldi, but not gaining on him sufficiently, so it does look as though our points-paying positions are largely settled, but with tricky conditions offline, you say something like that at your peril, don't you? Razgatlioglu still leading the way, 8/10 ahead of Jonathan Rea. That's been the gap really since Rea was run off the racing line at turn number 1, trying to defend top spot. Big moment for Toprak, Razgatlioglu, and Jonathan Rea is through. And curse on the commentator, I said that things look largely settled, and suddenly, from absolutely nowhere, Jonathan Rea has been gifted the race lead. Toprak almost lost the bike altogether. Good save from him through Gabcho. Now it's going to be a close finish. Yesterday it was Toprak Razgatlioglu who lost out in the run down to the line. Can the reigning world champion snatch it at the death? The answer looks like being no. Jonathan Rea wins the Superpole race at the Estoril round, and that one was rather fortunate in the end. Toprak losing it through turn 9, saves second place, and it's another race without a victory for the Yamaha number 1.
You're going to just see the front end is just going to wash away for Toprak through here, and so lucky to be able to keep that up. Really skillful riding from Toprak, as we've seen time and again. He tries to immediately recover that down the inside through the next corner. Great racing once again between the two.
And when you watch it on board as well, it looks even closer from the perspective of the bike of Jonathan Rea, just how close Razgatlioglu was to his tail, and Rea signalling as he crosses the line in celebration. Ray tagged right onto his tail, 0.0. That'll have been the case for Bautista for the majority of this race on the pit bull, I fancy. Jonathan Ray with a new fastest lap of the race. He's into the sub 1 minute 37s as they come into the final lap, but he's not close enough to get it done into turn number 1. Now it's going to be all about getting as close as he can through 7, 8 and 9 and perhaps trying to make his pass there.
Remarkable pressure from Ray to keep piling on to Bautista. He's closer than ever. He's trying to put himself in a position maybe to make a block pass into turn 4.
Consummate performance from both of these riders, Bautista and Ray, as Jonathan Ray now clambers all over the back of Alvaro Bautista. He goes in deeper, he tries to switch back. It's now going to be a race towards turn at number 6. They come through the high-speed right-hander. Bautista with track position, just half a lap to go for Jonathan Ray to find his way through and take the fight to this finale.
Bautista went defensive through turn 4. It impacted him all the way down the next straight, but he was still able to stay in front. This is where Ray's strong, into 7.
Jonathan Ray with much better pickup coming off turn number 6. He is going to make a lunge. He comes down the inside of Bautista, barreling through. Bautista will still know that he's got a chance to answer back. He capitalises on it. He has the inside now through turn 8. Will Ray think about a move into turn 9? Of course he will. Jabs down the inside, the 2 almost touch. He moves Bautista completely out of the way. A brilliant ride from Jonathan Ray to hit the front. One final opportunity, as we well know, for Alvaro Bautista coming off the final turn. Can he now race Jonathan Ray to the line and pip him just as he did to top rank Razgatlioglu 24 hours ago? It doesn't look like it. We're going to have another grandstand finale. Jonathan Ray almost losing coming off the final turn. Bautista, I don't think it's quite close enough. Jonathan Ray holds on for a sensational victory in race 2 of the Estoril round, and Jonathan Ray makes it back-to-back successes on Sunday here in Portugal. An astonishing ride. Even Andrea Dossoli is impressed by that from Ray, and if anyone thought his time at the top was over, think again.